What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about the top 5 meme coins on the SUI ecosystem that I would buy right now to make freaking millions this altcoin season that seems to be dominated by the SUI ecosystem. Like you can see of the price action in the recent weeks, SUI is an all-time high, and this video might be very time sensitive because if October starts in this upcoming week, then it's probably gonna be one of your last chances to accumulate SUI meme coins. So let's get straight to the video. Before that, just be aware that obviously I use BullX for every single one of my meme coin trades. Other than SUI, I still obviously recommend you to join BullX because it's the best trading bot on the market, and I hope that it's gonna be implementing SUI trading very soon. At the very moment, it's not available. So until BullX implements SUI, I would recommend you to trade this on Swit as a hot wallet, and also use Bluemove as a DEX. Bluemove is essentially the Uniswap of SUI, just like Swit could be seen as the MetaMask of SUI. I also have another video tutorial that you can find on my channel. It was posted just a couple of weeks ago and it's still obviously valid. Okay, so let's go to the list now. They're not going to be in any particular order. Just be aware also that in some of these you might be buying a very big green candle, but if you're going to zoom out of the greater picture, these are probably going to be very cheap prices in a few months anyway. So it's up to you if you want to get a better entry. It's up to you if you want to wait for them to correct a little bit. I'm just telling you what I like and what I would personally buy myself. I have some of these memes. I don't have some other of these memes. I'm going to tell you also about that. So the first one is a meme coin that I don't have right now, but it's heavily under my radar right now, and it's cat. How do I even pronounce this? And this is honestly taking the SUI ecosystem by storm. You can see that it's super bullish. Obviously, a clear accumulation area would have been somewhere around these lines. Projects launch, and they have obviously the first stop. Then here we experience the first sell-off, and then we have around 40-50% correction. This is probably the moment to buy. However, we missed this already. So what is going to happen right now is that the project maybe just keeps going on the way up, or the alternative case is also obviously the most favorite in this case, is that we come back down to retest this support line and we form a double bottom, okay? 1 and 2, and the double bottom is obviously one of the most bullish patterns when doing some basic TA for meme coins, and that could be just bam, skyrocketing. This also, I mean, TA for these meme coins is important to a certain extent, but it's also more important to understand what the movement of SUI is going to be, because SUI right now is sitting at 2.20, so it's an all-time high for SUI, and obviously if SUI retraces a little bit, then these memes are also going to retrace, because the pump that it's in these meme coins, it's obviously related to SUI pumping astronomically, going to a new all-time high. So very much something that you should be probably very conscious of. It basically started with these memes of the cat. So yeah, just the image of a black cat just screaming and I thought that it was a very funny and simple concept, and it's becoming very successful. There are several callers that are also calling this on X, so I'm not surprised that this is going to be very successful in the near future. Now, again, if you want to get an entry right now, it really depends on you, but I think that this is something original. Obviously, the classic cats and dogs meta is very valid, even on the SUI ecosystem, and this, in my opinion, is the best cat meme coin on SUI right now. But what about dog, you might ask, and I got you even for this. And the dog of choice is going to be FUD, a project that I do hold on the other hand, and I'm already a 5x out of my investment. Now, if you had been in my VIP group, you would have accumulated this at around 9 million in market cap. Right now we're sitting at almost 50 million in market cap, so it's more than a 5x. Pretty insane, especially given that now it's one of the biggest meme coin on the SUI space. I think it's the second largest market cap on SUI meme coins, which is nothing short of impressive, especially because it's a project that was there before SUI was even cool. I mean, this project launched at the end of last year. It launched in December 23, and nobody cared about SUI back then. It was even before the first pump with the first top that we've seen, and obviously it topped around April, March time when SUI was actually making the first top. And I think that the movement of this project is very similar to the movement of SUI. In fact, you can see the first parable right here, and then the second one with the all-time high, same exact price movement as SUI is having in the first place. And as a result, I really do believe that the movement of FUD is going to be heavily influenced by SUI. Therefore, you could see this as a leverage play when it comes to the SUI ecosystem. So if you had bought SUI at $1, you would have made around a 2.2x out of your initial investment. But if you had bought FUD, you would have made a 5x plus in your initial investment. So you can see that this is a 2 to 3x leverage, sort of like hypothetically speaking, on the price of SUI. And as a result, if you're a big believer into SUI doing very well, I think that you should be very bullish on what FUD can become. So very good stuff to see. And it's a dog, as I said, it's a pug. The art is very, very cool. They're also planning in real world marketing that, in my opinion, is going to send this project to the stars. You can also buy this on Bitget and Maxi, two very good centralized exchanges that are also my partners. And with the link down in the description, you can actually get insane rewards both on Bitget and Maxi. So I would definitely invite you to register through my links, and you can get access to $10,000 deposit bonus in airdrop in Bitget, and on Maxi I think there's a similar offer of $8,000. So make sure to check them out if you want to trade FUD through there. Now the tokenomics are also kind of cabal sort of things, because they're not really 100% decentralized project, and that is also good because at the end of the day, the projects that are gonna be making you a millionaire, they're gonna make you rich, they are the ones with a cabal behind it. They're not the 100% decentralized meme coin, like you know, it's politically correct to say. I say things as they are 100% truthfully and honestly here on YouTube, so this is the truth. Cabals are what send meme coins. The FUD cabal, in my opinion, is top notch, and they're keeping it real with you. And look at this, it's already listed on a variety of exchanges. This is something that the majority of Swit projects can't say, and just with the simple fact of the price action being very, very similar to the one of SUI itself, the community that is super, super active, very good content, like top tier quality on everything that they're doing, in my opinion, I think that this project is going to be easily a big sender, and a 20 to 30x should be expected from here as well. I mean, think about it. If SUI does something like a 10x, this project is probably going to do a 30x. Now there's going to be a little weirder play, so to speak. I'm going to have Suiman as my third pick. This is Superman on SUI, a project that actually I haven't bought, unfortunately, but I was quite bullish on it. I was waiting for a correction. The correction never came because obviously SUI started pumping like crazy, achieving a new all-time high. So unfortunately, I faded this project. I might be considering buying after we have some sort of a retracement. Obviously, this is just way too much, and I'm not interested in buying at these prices. But let's see, if we were to go back between like this area, I mean, realistically speaking, we could go back here. I don't think that we can go back to like 2 million, but maybe something like 4 or 5 million could be seen as a good entry for Switman at this point. It's still got a retrace in my eyes, could form a double top right here, but this is another project that is being heavily influenced by the movement of SUI this day. So obviously this is, as I said, Superman on SUI. There's not much to see other than the fact that it's catchy, it's memeable, and it's also something a little different. As I said, I'm very bullish on cats and dogs, but it's also very good to see original concepts that are not really super big on other chains. So I think that this could be easily one of the other smaller mascots of the SUI ecosystem. The method, how to buy, it's exactly the same thing, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. However, I gotta say that very good mention of this is that this is listed on CoinGecko. The majority of other projects are not listed on CoinGecko yet. Obviously, it's expensive. It's thousands of dollars to list on CoinGecko if you guys are not aware of the sphere. So there's definitely good intentions from the team to make this project very successful. So very good to see. They also got a TikTok account. They're producing content, and in my opinion, I would expect very good things about this one. I could even see this project going towards easily hundreds of millions in market cap in this bull cycle. The next one, to be completely honest with you, is not going to surprise anyone. It's a project that I don't hold, but I traded in and out. It's sitting at 48 million in market cap. This is Blob, and it's a fish. Obviously, when we started this whole SUI meme coin thing, which by the way, I was one of the first people to talk about this when people weren't even aware of how to trade meme coins on SUI. And I was saying from the start that some of the most successful projects into the SUI sphere would have been the ones that were water related. This pretty much takes the face of Pepe, it puts it into a fish. SUI means water in Japanese, I think. This is obviously a clear winner in the space. It's also a project that has been around not that much, to be honest. If you think about FUD that was around till like from end of last year, this is more one of the recent ones. It really started when SUI started becoming cool again. So from the beginning of September, this is crazy. Like 50 million in market cap for this project is still, I don't think it's a good entry, but I do think that if it was to retrace at 20 to 30% would be good. It got listed on Maxi, so I would buy it there if I were you. I'm not sure of any other exchanges it got listed to. Just seems very promising. It's another project with kind of like cabal economics, which is what I want to see. And also keep in mind that even those projects that end up doing very well and they say they're 100% decentralized here, they probably have sniped 90% of the supply. So it doesn't really matter. Like, always look at the tokenomics page with a pinch of salt when it comes to meme coins. What I can tell is that I like what the project is doing. I think the community is very active. The raiders are just raiding like crazy, super active on Telegram. I think that I would expect at least a 10 to 20x out of this project. I do see it going towards the $1 billion market cap. It's quite interesting to me choosing between Blob and FUD. A lot of people have asked me. I probably would include both. They are pretty much the same market cap. However, FUD is safer in terms of investment. It's been around for ages. People already took very heavy profits out of it, whereas Blob is sitting at an all-time high and the chart has been very parabolic. I wouldn't call this an actual correction. I mean, we went from almost 50 million market cap to 35, 38. I don't consider that a very big correction. So I would say that we're probably gonna retest at least this kind of support zone before going up again. And the last one, I'm gonna put a project that I know that they're building so freaking much, and I absolutely have to include this, especially because it's gonna be one of the top buys that you can buy right now for this level of market cap. It's gonna be for a little more degens people out there. It's not gonna be something that is already in the tens of millions in market cap. It's only 58k market cap. It's Swish, obviously, if you can see the screen right now. It's something that I've talked about already. I got in when it was 5 to 10k in market cap, and so did my VIP group. This is also why you're really missing out on a lot of opportunities. It went out to 150k and right now corrected heavily, sitting around 68k in market cap. I think it's going to explode very soon. The dev is fully committed to this. It's working full-time, cooking memes, some of the best content that you can see on SUI memes. Despite the fact that it's so small in market cap, I don't think that it has inferior content to the one that you can see on FUD or Blob, and this really says a lot about what they're doing. The failure of this project is that it got ruined by this major green candle that went to up to 8 trillion. Obviously, don't ask me if this project went to 8 trillion. It's obviously not the case, but it's a bug that is very recurrent for launches that come from MovePump, which is the pump.fund store of SUI ecosystem. It's something that is recurrent for a lot of projects, and unfortunately there was this bug that made the chart look very weird, and therefore you need to zoom out to see the chart for what it really is, like I've done right now. But it's also a very positive thing in my eyes, because you can see it as a blessing in disguise. The fact that a lot of people are going to be discouraged by looking at the chart can present itself like a very good opportunity for you to accumulate at a very cheap price. So talking about the project itself, this is obviously a mockery of the swoosh logo of Nike. So it can really go anywhere with the content. I'm not gonna play the videos because they actually have music in the background and I would get copyrighted into this video. But check out all of the original content that they pushed. As I said, it's probably the best content that I'm seeing on SUI, and this is why I remain so loyal to this project. I know that it can go to the millions in market cap, and I think that eventually they are going to get there, and the very long-term holders are going to be rewarded by doing this. So check out the content. There's multiple expansions that they can do with all the real-world athletes. There's even collaborations with other memes. There's also, you know, it can just collaborate forever. Check out the content, guys. There's also, you see, even potential collaboration with FUD that can happen in the future. I think that this is just one of the most memeable meme coins on SUI right now, and collaborations, growth opportunities are endless, and also the community is just a community of chats. They're just super active and raiding on Telegram. Super bullish on all of this, and I'm gonna follow this project very closely. I bought a full disclosure, I bought a 5k in market cap, and I haven't sold a single SUI out of my bag. I'm gonna hold this one until the millions of dollars, and I'm sure that we're gonna get there eventually. So this is pretty much it for my list today. Let me know what you think down in the comments as always, and if you want to see these alerts before I bring them out to your YouTube, take part in these crazy opportunities like getting a FUD in 9 million market cap or getting a Switch at 5k market cap. My private group is going to be the place to be. And it's not just my trading signals, it's also portfolio reviews, technical analysis, access to private sales, VIP live streams, a bunch of other stuff that is all listed on my website. And I also would recommend you to join as a lifetime member because I'm forming this very solid investor community for the long term. And you also, on top of all of this, get access to my 3-in-1 course bundle, including my taking profit strategies for the bull cycle. This is constantly updated, and it's also a course in which students give their feedback to me and I make custom lessons on their request in order to expand their knowledge in the crypto sphere. So definitely something that you don't want to miss out on. You might have a once in a lifetime opportunity this bull cycle to create financial freedom for yourself, so don't waste it. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey. And until then, take care for now.